Welcome to Beaver Branch Disc Golf Clinic Step 7. Hyzer-Flip shots and Anhyzer-Flex shots. In this episode, we look at those two shots, the differences between the two, and how to throw them. Enjoy! Greetings. Welcome back to another Beaver Branch Disc Golf Clinic. This is step number 7. Step number 7, and I am Brian Morse, PDGA 16791. Step 7 is going to be two different shots. We are going to look at the Hyzer-Flip and the Anhyzer-Flex shots. All right, looking at the Hyzer-Flip shot first. In step 1, we worked with putters, learning how to throw them straight. That in part was learning how to do a Hyzer flip up to straight. If we were going to do a Hyzer flip, which is a very interesting shot shaping shot, we are going to release on Hyzer. Okay, right hand, backhand, that means arms down here. It's going to Hyzer release, and it's going to flip up to either straight or move to the right. For left-handers, it'd be the opposite. Okay, Hyzer release down here, flip up, and then over to the left. Just a real quick thing. I feel like there's a difference between a Hyzer release and an Anhyzer release. So a Hyzer release being here, Anhyzer release being up here, and then the actual flight of the disc, Hyzer, meaning that it's moving from right to left, and then an Anhyzer shot moving from left to right. That actually has to do with the disc being in the air, not necessarily the release. So let's take a look at some Hyzer-Flex shots. All right, the easiest thing to do a Hyzer flip with is going to be a putter, okay, just like in step 1. And what we're going to do is release that putter with Hyzer, and we need to work on our arm speed with it to figure out exactly what the arm speed is to get it to flip up and then over later in the flight. Learning this shot can be very beneficial for different types of shapes in the woods. All right, so let's check out a couple Hyzer flip shots. I'm gonna try this with the Deputy, which is a unstable putter. So let's see what we got. See it moving to the right a little bit in its flight. Up next, Retro Fuse. Maverick. This is one of the best discs, fairway drivers for this activity. Very unique. You can get a Hyzer flip really late with the Maverick, so a lot of Hyzer. All right, so that was the Hyzer flip. Those are successfully done when you combine the perfect arm speed with unstable discs, releasing them with Hyzer, they flip up and then they slowly move to the right. Up next is going to be the Anhyzer-Flex. Okay, the Anhyzer-Flex. Anhyzer-Flex or flex shot that's sometimes used on commentary is that you release with an anhyzer and you flip it manually basically to the right, and it's going to come back and flex. The disc gets strong, if you will. It flexes back to the left. If you're left-handed, you're going to be releasing with an anhyzer. It's going to move to the left and then flex back to the right. Okay, very useful kind of S-turn shot, and it all depends on the stability of your discs that you're using. In this case, I'm going to use the Raider, which is a distance driver that's acts overstable for my arm speed, and the Evader, which is a stable 7-speed, a stable 7-speed driver. So let's take a look at the Anhyzer-Flex shot and try to carve out that path through the woods. All right, let's take a look at the flex shot or Anhyzer-Flex shot. Anhyzer release, and it's going to flex back. First one here is an Evader, a 7-speed with a fade of 2.5. It's definitely a flex line, but didn't quite get it over as much as I wanted. So I'm going to make an adjustment here, which is crucial if you're doing field work with it, and actually get that one over almost too far, but you can see the fade coming back at the end. The next two are going to be the Dynamic Discs Raider, which is a 13-speed. These shots were decent for Anhyzer-Flex shots. You're throwing a stable disc with the anhyzer, getting it over, and I think the last one might be the best of the bunch. And there you go. All right, so hopefully you got a look at that Anhyzer-Flex shot. And I threw those with the fairway driver 7-speed Evader, and then also the distance driver, the Raider. So just to go down a couple notches here, I'm going to try to throw them with the Gatekeeper, which is a 0 turn with a fade of 2, and the EMAC Truth. Both of these are mid-ranges. So if I take a little bit off my arm, I should be able to do a touch flex shot here on the basket that's about 230 feet away. All right, so up first we're gonna have the Gatekeeper, and this is just to demonstrate that you can go down a notch here and throw it about 60% and do an Anhyzer-Flex to try to adapt to a line that you might be trying to hit through the woods. So that first one I didn't quite get over as much as I wanted, or the second one. So important here in the field work is to make an adjustment. This EMAC Truth, I get it into a nice Anhyzer-Flex line. So making the adjustment for shots 3 and 4. Touch. All right, that's going to wrap it up for this edition. We looked at the Hyzer-Flip shot and the flex shot or Anhyzer-Flex shot. Hopefully you guys have a good idea of what those things are now, and that you can go out and work them into your field work. We'll see you on the next one, which will be step 8, which right now is planning on being forehand shots. Something that I'm not very good at, and I've been learning. So hopefully in that process, I'll have some good tips for working on that for you. That's it from here. We'll see you on the next one.